the two reuniting scenes, again, glimpses of hope. Much more with Cordelia than with Gloucester, because with Gloucester, Lear's madness, which we thought slept, has kicked into high gear. The costume, a crown of flowers, I think connects him to nature. He is now thinking he is the thing itself. He is one with nature, but his language is completely disjointed and manic, but makes more sense, I think, when you spend time with it than Tom's. There's a truth here. And the fool is gone completely. They cannot touch me for coining. I am the king himself. Gloucester says, I recognize that voice. I'm sure of it. And the king pretends or maybe doesn't recognize him. And then comes to, over the course of this scene, that side-piercing sight. I mean, it's so much pain to see this. Again, that maybe is ironic, because all Gloucester can do is hear. But I think, again, here the language is enough to get a sense of how disjointed, how different this man is than the man we met in 1-1. Nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yarn. Stretch it out, she. That's interesting. Yeah, it was the first time I noticed that image linking to the dragon and his bow. I don't know what I could say about that, but I never noticed that is a link with 1-1. Look, a mouse, piece. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. So he's still boasting about his power, I guess. Bring up the brown bills. Oh, well-flown bird. In the clod. Woo! And then, I think this is the important moment for me. Okay, so it's not all gibberish, but there is a notable jumping from topic to topic, movement from image to image, with no necessary meaning that I'm catching. But he asks for the password, and Edgar knows how to play, like the fool did, like poor Tom did. There's the register within which the mad speak with the mad. And I'm going to say it's play. It is play here. Give the word, sweet Marjorie. Pass. And there comes Gloucester. I know that voice. Goneril with a white beard. So, blind man, often rings on his eyes, or maybe a bandana or something, but he calls it Goneril, still projecting his miseries. He tries to feel what others feel, but he can't. He's so locked in. He's so narcissistic. They flattered me like a dog and told me I had white hairs in my beard ere the black ones were there. It's a flipped image, wouldn't you? You'd say, oh, your beard's all black, but he's saying it opposite. They lied to me. I think they flipped reality, is what he's bemoaning. To say aye and no to everything I said, aye and no too is no good divinity. It's like a toy that you wind up and it's overwhelmed. It's just letting it all out. It's like all the commentary on the play is coming out. Aye and no too is no good divinity. When the rain came to wet me once, and the wind to make me chatter, when the thunder would not peace at my bidding. I mean, what beautiful language. Yeah? Okay. So when the rain came and wet you and you were cold and the thunder wouldn't stop bidding sticks out, that's what he was doing in the storm. When all that happened, there I found them, there I smelt them out. So is he saying in the storm he realized? Is that what he's saying? I don't know. Go to. They are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie, I'm not ague proof. They told you I was everything. 'Tis a lie. That's a heartbreaker. That's serious. What's the lie? That he's nothing? I mean, that's powerful. That is powerful, his realization. Change in tone, the variation. In the madness of language, there is truth in this play, for sure. So they told me it's a lie. It's a trick of the voice. I do remember. It's not the king. Is he getting savvy to the tricks being played on his voice? Wait, I'm pretty sure that's the king. Here he comes. Every inch a king inch. Every inch of me is a king, but the inch maybe emphasizes not the totality, but not that he's totally a king, but he's small, meager. When I do stare, see how my subject quakes. Is this ironic? I pardon that man's life. He's hallucinating. So this guy's come. He's going to pardon his life. Okay, what did you do? Adultery. Okay, you're not dying. Why would you die for adultery, cheating on your wife? No. And here we get an incredibly harsh vision. The play has a very harsh vision of sex and sexuality. Like, the bird does it. I mean, like, birds do it. Bees do it. Even educated fleas do it. The wren goes to it. The fly does it. And they actually, they have sex in front of us. And let copulation thrive. It's not a sin to cheat on your wife anymore. It's not. Let everybody have sex. Let's just have sex. Copulation. I mean, that vulgarity. For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters, got between the lawful sheets. So his daughters, which he made lawful, weren't as good as the bastard son. Horrible irony. Even in madness, even in this truth, so deceived. And that's going to hurt Gloucester to hear. He's not going to correct him. But, well, actually, the bastard was way worse. But the point is that sex is great. Just let's have sex. To it! Luxury, pell-mell. The imagery, the language is not good. I mean, it's beautiful and horrific and deep, but it's showing us a Lear who's come undone. I lack soldiers. And he changes, new image. Behold yon simpering dame, whose face between her forks presages snow, that minces virtue, and does shake the head to hear of pleasure's name. So this girl is pretending to be sweet, I think. And then, because she's shaking her head at pleasure's name. That bits you, nor the spoiled horse goes to it with a more riotous appetite. Nonsense, he says. She wants, hungers for sex like an animal. Women are not shown in their best sense. So, simpering dame. She's all sweet. But, and shakes her head. No, no, no. But actually, the image is disgusting. Riotous appetite for sex and sexuality. And it gets worse. The monstrous, down from their waist, they are centaurs. Women are monsters. They look sweet above, but all women above. But to the girdle do the gods inherit. Beneath they're fiends. There's hell, darkness, sulphurous pit. Now, the vagina here. A sulphurous, dark pit. Why is sex and womanhood so demonic to Lear? Why that hatred of women? What has it caused? What has happened to him? It's not just it burns, scalds, it smells, it consumes. Pa, pa. Give me an ounce of civet to sweeten my imagination. He wants drugs. Take this pain away. Something's wrong. He knows. But he wants it to be gone. Oh, let me kiss that hand. Okay, so that's what you do to a king. And that's what he wants. Let me wipe it first. It smells of mortality. It smells of death. Wipe it first. It's covered in mud and muck. This is a gag. This is a laugh. But it's one that speaks to a fall. O ruined piece of nature, this great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me? Now look, Gloucester's just gone through a torture scene, learning that he picked the wrong son. That's led to him being eyeless. He wants to commit suicide, and now he thinks a demon has pushed him to that, and he's saved. And at this moment, he encounters his blind sovereign. I remember thine eyes well enough. What's happening? Why joke? Why dost thou squinny at me? No, do thy worst, blind Cupid. And then he makes him Cupid, the god of the blind, god of love. I'll not love. Read thou this child's mark, but the penning of it. So he recruits him as Cupid. So he shows him something to read. What an image. Were all the letters suns, which each letter a sun. I cannot see. I mean, that image is intense. I would not take this from a port. It is, and my heart breaks at it. Edgar is us. Edgar is speaking to and with. He's witnessing this with us, and he augments or lifts up the pain. Read! What, with a case of eye? Oh, are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse. Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. See, yet you see how this world goes. Even blind. Witness the world. It's empty, it's nothing. I see it. Let me just refocus. I see it feelingly. What a great... He feels the world. What, are you crazy? A man may see how this world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears. Listen to the world. See how yon justice rails upon yon simple thief. Hark in thine ear, change places and handy-dandy, which is the justice, which is the thief. Here's an amazing moment. What a realization of truth for justice and the thief. He says they can just switch places. There's nothing essential to these things, justice and the thief. It is just two positions. And Lear, in this holiness of madness, is coming apart and seeing society in a completely different way. He goes, have you seen it? You don't need to see this. You could just hear this to know justice, and they could switch spots. He goes, have you seen a dog bark at a beggar and the creature run from it? That's all authority is. Authority equals a dog obeyed. So if that's the case, there's justice. If you're writing an essay on justice, as you will be, justice equals just fear. That's what he's saying. There's nothing. There is no real core of truth to any of this. This is, when done well, heartbreaking. Imagine to be hearing your king take apart society as such. Thou rascal beetle, hold thy new hallucination. Rascal beetle, what do you call it? A guardsman. Why dost thou lash the whore? Why do you beat the whore? Hurt yourself, strip thine own back. You should beat yourself. Thou hotly lust to see her use in that kind for which thou whipst her. Why does the police whip the whore? He is expressing his own lust. There's something advanced. There's something huge that Lear's noticing. Everything's upside down. He can see through power. The usurer hangs the cozener, that through tattered clothes small vices do appear. Robes and furred gowns hide all. Reason not the need, he says. Now he's noticing wealth hides crime. The vice is underneath. Plate sin with gold, and the strong lance of justice hurtless breaks. Arm it in rags, a pygmy's straw does pierce it. None does offend, none, I say none, I'll able them. Take that of me, my friend, who have the power to seal the accuser's lips. Get thee glass eyes. Get some glass eyes, he says, so you can be like the politician and pretend to see things that you can't. It's so modern. The image is horrific. Pretend to see the pain. Just like a politician, just pretend to see it, but you can't. Now. Pull off my boots. Harder so. Here. Oh, matter and impertinency mixed. Anyone writing on madness, and Lear would be remiss to not come to this poem. There is something you're saying, Gloucester notices. This is not altogether fool, Kent says in the quarto. You notice there's something wrong, and you're calling it for what it is. If thou wilt weep my fortune, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. You're Gloucester. You have to be patient, You have to wait. We came crying hither. Thou knowest, the first time we smell the air, we wail and cry. I will preach to thee, Mark. We start life crying. We have to be patient. Why do we have to be patient? It's the opposite of suicide, to wait, to hope. Is that what he's saying? When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. Life equals a stage, not one, of fools. Everyone is stupid and silly and dumb. This a good block, if it were delicate stratagem, to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof. And when I've stolen upon these sons-in-law, there's a drift. I find it hard to understand. But I do know, kill, 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 kill. That repetition. Madness, violence. Don't think he's sweet, Lear. Don't think he's out of the madness. It's horrific. And his mind isn't completely lost, but I think Shakespeare has him like a camera coming in and out of focus. After that scene, of course, we see him be accosted by Cordelia's troops. They're trying to catch him and to bring him to Cordelia. And that is comically, he runs away from them. He kind of commands them to bow, and they do, and he finds it very funny. And we, the audience, also laugh along with him. Before ending this video, I want to take you back to another point in 5-2, much later, when Gloucester, the forces of Cordelia and France have lost. Lear's forces, I guess, or Lear's side, Cordelia's side is lost. And Gloucester's just waiting there. And Edgar says, okay, we've lost, let's go. Away, old man, give me thy hand, away, King Lear hath lost, he and his daughter's taken. Daughter, rather, give me thy hand, come on. No, I'm gonna rot here, I'm done. Despair comes again. I think it's important to know you don't just go into hope. If you're depressed or sad or suffer something, it comes again. In ill thoughts again? Look, men must endure, they're going and they're coming. Ripeness is all. And he says a really funny thing. Oh yeah, that's also true. We just have to endure. Come and go. Look, we came into this world crying. Gotta be patient. You gotta go. It's just when the time is right. The ripeness. What is that saying? Is this hope? Or is this ridiculous to think this way? We just don't know. As a text, it's remarkable to me that both positions can coexist. But as a drama, this is perhaps why people like Harold Bloom or the Romantics didn't find it able to be done on stage. Is that it's really hard when you've read this play and you think about all the ideas and all the language to watch it and to have it simultaneously be these things. But I would strongly disagree with that way of thinking about the play, just as a written text. I think when done properly, with amazing actors who can get to the core of the language and the intimacy of the characters, they can give you both experiences. For me, it will always be Peter Brook's film version that captures the horror and the despair and the comedy all at the same time. And it is, for me, the benchmark of any production that can achieve what it is potential, what the potential here within Lear is of achieving.